Hey guys, my name's Amy and today I have another trash plant rescue, but first I thought I'd give you updates on some of the plants that I showed in a previous plant rescue video. First update I have is on this Phlebodium divana blue star fern that I rescued from my work a few weeks ago and repotted, and we've got some new growth which is really exciting. It's still quite an awkward shape so it's quite hard to show you, but I think these two leaves here are new and they're looking really good, really healthy. There's another little one coming in there, and then right down here is some more, so that's really encouraging that it seems to be making a bit of a comeback and has already put off a few new leaves, and none of the remaining leaves that were on there previously have died off, so I'm really optimistic with this one's progress. The other one, less optimistic. This one is still sort of drying out. There's still a small patch of green, but so far no new growth. I'm going to hang on to it a bit longer, give it plenty of time to push out new growth, because ferns do that sometimes, but yeah, that's currently what we're working with. But the rescue plant I have to show you is just down here. It's quite a big one. It's this palm. I'm not entirely sure exactly what kind of palm, but I'm pretty sure it's one that I've had before, which is really exciting. I found it yesterday just as I was leaving to go to work, so I sort of rushed it back inside, and I haven't really done much to it since. I've given it a quick clean of the leaves just to check for any pests before I sort of brought it in with everything else, and I've tied it up because when it's because it was splayed out so far, it's taking up like quite a big area, but it looks like it's okay. There's some dry patches, but there's a lot of green, and there is quite a few bits of new growth. You can see there's a lot of that, so I'm very optimistic for this one's recovery. It's very awkward to show you, but a lot of the soil has sort of fallen out of the pot. I'm going to give it some brand new soil, and I found this pot in a charity shop the other day and I didn't have anything for it, but it fits perfectly, so that's really exciting. So I think all I really need to do is repot it, chop off some of the brown tips, and yeah, it's in pretty good condition. I'm really encouraged to see so many bits of new growth. I've already got some soil mixed up here. That probably isn't enough, so I might have to mix up some more. I had one of these, God, I think I bought it when I moved into this flat, I think about 8 or 9 years ago, and it did fine for me for years and years, and then I got more into plants. I started bringing more home. I had my first thrip outbreak, didn't really know what they were, didn't know how to deal with them, and this was one of the victims. So I'm really happy to have one again. Luckily it wasn't really cold or raining yesterday, so I'm hoping this won't start to show any signs of cold damage or root rot, but I haven't had a look at the roots yet, so I think that's probably where we should start. I'm gonna try my best to get it all into this bag, but that usually goes wrong. There's always a mess to clear out. Shake as much of that off as I can into the bag. Oh, but the roots look good. There's no, I can't see any signs of root rot, and the roots look really white and healthy. I want to try and show you without unnecessarily throwing soil everywhere, but hopefully you should be able to see all those really nice white healthy roots, so that's really encouraging. I've picked a plastic bag with a hole in the bottom, so this could be interesting. But yeah, I'm going to continue to get as much of this soil off. It's very wet, but that's okay. I'm going to reuse the nursery pot it came in, but I do want to give it a little clean before I pot it back up in there. And just gently, luckily the soil's coming off really nice and easy. This is definitely the soil that it was purchased with. Hang on, it's probably gonna make it easier if I take that string off now. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is a parlour palm or an areca palm, but I've definitely had this type before where it starts off sort of split into two, and then as it matures it splits off more and more. There you go, you can see another bit of new growth coming in the centre there. There we go, there's the first bit freed out. You can see those roots look really good. So I think it's all going to come apart in sections. And another little piece. I don't know where this is going to go. That's a problem for another day, I think. There's definitely a few dead pieces, but that's fine. There's so much still that's looking really good. And there we go, there's another piece with great root system and lots of lovely big leaves. yeah, if you can help me identify this fern, not fern, palm. Have I been saying fern the whole time? It's a palm. If anyone knows exactly what kind of palm this is, I'd love to know. I've had it before, and is it a parlour palm? Not sure. I'll do some more research if I can't figure out, if I figure out exactly what kind of palm it is. I keep wanting to say fern. If I figure out exactly what kind of palm it is, I will write it down below. There we go. I know it's definitely a fairly common one. They're really easy to come by. Find them in like any garden centre, grocery stores, B&Q, places like that. I think seem to love these kind of palms. Just on the last 3 pieces. Got this single piece where the roots don't look very good and the foliage is looking a bit dire, but I'm gonna pot it up anyway and just see if it produces any new growth over time. If it dies off, that's fine. It should be fairly easy to just pull out of the pot. There we go. Another nice big piece, really good roots. And there's the last one. This is kind of the main piece, I think. All right, they're all out of the soil. I'm just gonna throw this away, wash my hands before, and clean this pot out before I pot it back up. There we go. So I've given this just a quick rinse. I think that should be fine. Got this pot that is perfectly sized for it. I think that might be quite a lot of room around the roots. I don't know, but I kind of need the height of the pot, I think, for something like this. So I'm going to stick with it. Here's a better look at my soil mixture. Lots of perlite and orchid bark, so it's nice and aerated, but it should still retain enough moisture that palms love. So I'm going to pop a couple of inches of soil at the base of the pot. Oh, puppy. Are you grumbling? There we go, I reckon that's good. Maybe want it to come to about there. There you go, I've got the bigger pieces lined up first, and I'm going to add a bit of soil around them before I add in the last few smaller pieces. They don't need to go down as far. I may still need to tie a bit of string or something around this just for the meantime, because I think it's probably going to relax and spread out again, and I definitely haven't got the room for that at the moment. There you go, add in those last 3 little ones, and I'll just start adding in soil. I definitely think I'm going to need to mix some more. I think I'm almost out of orchid bark, but I've got loads of perlite, so I'll be able to balance out the drainage of that. Oh yeah, I'm going to need loads more soil. Don't know what to do to stop these falling over while I'm mixing it up. Stay. No. Another bit of elastic, just to keep them upright until I can pat enough soil around them and see how they do. There we go. Probably need another full bowl of this, to be honest, to finish filling that up. There we go. That'll do just to finish it off, and then we can start trimming off some of the dead leaves and dried up ends and figure out what to do with it. I have no idea where I'm going to keep this. I still want to isolate it from the rest of my plants for a little while, just in case I've missed anything going on. But luckily it looks like it's all fine. I do have a mild thrip outbreak going on at the moment. It's been going on for quite a while, so I need to also be cautious of not passing anything on to this at the moment as well, as that's the thing that finished it off last time I had one of these. But I'm really excited. I think in a little while, once some of that new growth opens out and it puts out some more, this is going to look really amazing. It's a pretty sizable plant. So I'm chuffed with that. Mine was a bit smaller, and yeah, I see them all the time in shops, sold nice and large, and I think they look really pretty. And also great that I found this pot just a few days ago that is the perfect solution for this plant. So that's really nice. I haven't got to wait for one of my other plants to grow into it or, you know, buy something for it. It's got a use already. Make sure there's no air pockets. It's still leaning a bit. It's going to take a while for the roots to sort of grip into the soil and stop it wanting to topple over, because it is quite top heavy. So I'll probably find something to sort of wedge in and keep it more upright, because I don't want to put the soil too high up the stems. But I think that part's done. I think we can start trimming off some of these dead bits and clean up. This is quite an awkward plant to film. I don't know the best way to get it all in. Maybe that's a bit better. So I've already got these with rubbing alcohol, so they've been sterilised, and I'm just going to start trimming off any of these dead leaves. Luckily there's not many. There's a couple that are a bit discoloured, which I think I'll... Oh no, that's coming off that single one. I'll leave this one for now because that's the only leaf on one piece. I'm just going to wait and see if it does make a bit of a comeback. So I think the main thing I really need to do is just trim off some of the dry crispy ends, just to make it look a bit fresher. I think crispy tips on palms is very common and kind of almost unavoidable, so I'm not concerned about that at all. You can either leave them or chop them back if you want to. It's completely up to you. There we go. But there's not too much to do to this really, which is exciting. I'm really optimistic about this plant's comeback. I do wonder if they put out a few more and this just happened to be the one that was left when I happened to be leaving the house. And someone, because I do that sometimes, more in the summer. I wouldn't typically choose to put plants outside like this during the winter, but if I've got a few that I'm not too sure about or that I've got multiples of, I quite often just put them in a little box outside and label it free, and they always go really quickly. I think there's something like extra special about finding a little rescue plant that people love. And if I happen to be sort of near the window where I can see where I put them out, it's really nice seeing people finding them and like picking the plants they want. I think that's about all I'm gonna do with this. Main thing was just giving it some fresh soil. So here it is, looking really good. Yeah, not much crisping, there's a little bit, but I'm really happy with that. I'm excited to find a nice spot for it. I love it with the pot. I think they go really nicely together, and I'm excited to watch this one progress. I think even since bringing it in from last night, that little piece of new growth here, I don't think you're gonna be able to see it. I'm pretty sure this piece right here has started to open out more from last night, so really encouraging. Really happy to have one of these again. Don't know where it's gonna go, but we will figure that out. Really happy to have found it. I had never found a trash plant before up until a few months ago, and now I've somehow accumulated about 5, so 4 or 5, which is really fun. You know, I've always loved finding the reduced plants in garden centres and seeing them as little rescue plants, but yeah, there's something, I don't know, really cool about finding one just out and about in the wild. But yeah, I think that's everything for today. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more, please like and subscribe. And if you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm Amy's Greenish Thumb on Instagram and TikTok, and I'll see you next time. Bye!